Thank you for tuning back in to the Walk On Pod, episode 21 come your way, and we have another Tommy Ball exclusive special guest, Tommy Trusner or Tyler Trusner, my fault.
Ow! Oh
LMU
no.
Lions finest soccer player. And again, like I said, one of Tommy's childhood friends. Appreciate you coming on with us,
WCC
man.
boys.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
WCC boys. Yeah. Happy to have Tyler on here. This has definitely been an episode, long time coming. Childhood best friend that stemmed from a basketball team. So
Yeah,
those
great.
Tommy,
those
how come everybody that plays on your team ends up not playing basketball anymore and changes sports?
I don't know, man.
Then there's you.
Just take all the
You're
spotlight.
just that intimidating, man. That's crazy.
Tyler tried out for AllNet in these like crazy like soccer training shoes. So I knew bro wasn't cut for the
They were
basketball life from the jump, but he was good.
It's a wild take, but yeah, thank you guys for having me. Obviously, this is really nice to finally be on it, and I've been watching a couple of podcasts, so I love the show.
Oh, man.
Love that.
Love that, man.
Yeah. And Tyler, we'll kind of just let you. Obviously, we'll get into stories about you and I and basketball and whatnot and soccer talk. But we'll kind of just give you the floor to tell us about your. You can talk about your sports history and your soccer upcoming and how you got to LMU and just what the recruiting process was like. Go ahead and just break that down for us.
Okay, so I started playing soccer around the time of like 9 when I pretty much could first get into the sport, and I was obviously in love with it. As I got into it more and more, and I started to grow with the game. Um, Being on a team with kind of a couple local friends was a lot of fun, but finally it came to the time where it was like I had to grow out of comp or select whatever it was into comp. So I kind of stretched out more into the SAC area and played with my team, San Juan. I was there for almost all of high school, and they were a great club for me. It really fit me well, and the recruiting process started. Soccer was a really weird recruiting process in the sense where it starts your freshman year, but most of the kids don't really get recruited until their junior or senior, unlike basketball, kind of where you're a little earlier in a sense. But my time, I went out for a San Diego State camp, I believe, and I met one of the old LMU coaches. He was a goalkeeper coach, Mike Oseguera. Shout out Os. Great guy, loved him. Got to know him really well at this camp, and him being there really showed me that I was able to play at a higher level, and him giving me the confidence was a great thing. And obviously, with his help during that camp, I really took a look into LMU and what they were about. So I kept them on my radar for the longest time, and I started to fall in love with schools more and more as I got to tour it and talk to the other coaches like Kyle and Crumpy. And then when I finally got there, Christian, obviously, but I didn't commit until my junior year, or no, my beginning of my senior year, sorry. And it was a surreal experience. I came out to one of their games and it was actually against Sac State, my old club coach. So that was pretty awesome to see them because at the time or that night they beat Sac State 3-0. So that was a great game to go watch. And so I committed after that night. Ever since then, it's been smooth sailing. Love the coaches. Got really close with the team. Um, and yeah, it's been great so far.
Awesome. Kind of talk about like the recruiting process of soccer. Like from my point of view, like this basketball is kind of trending towards the same way, but not nearly to the level soccer is. Like high school, I feel like high school soccer is kind of irrelevant. Like the way you get recruited in soccer is by playing for those good club teams and going out to all like the big tournaments. I don't know, like the Surf Cup and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. High school soccer is more of a joke, and more just kind of having fun with your friends, getting time, getting kind of a break from comp. But So the recruiting process is hardly coming through high school and your high school helping you out. It's all about your clubs, and then obviously SAC had a really good group of teams in the area, so the competition was really high. I have a bunch of buddies that have committed to some Pac-12 schools, some WCC schools as well, and that just all comes from club, kind of what you're touching on. So yeah.
I remember.
Why is go ahead, Mook.
No, I was gonna say. So I grew up playing soccer. I played I played high school through my sophomore year, and I stopped playing club my freshman year. And I think kind of the point you're making about club soccer, like I remember once I got to high school and I was still playing both basketball and soccer, like with club and like so AAU and club, it was like, oh, I really got to make a decision now because you can't really be committed to both in that sense if that's something you want to do after high school. And so I think that's why I was able to still play high school my sophomore year, but I couldn't do club at that point. It just wasn't possible.
Yeah, it's a big time commitment, especially before the change. I think it was when we were in middle school, Tommy, basketball and soccer were the same, or they still are the same season, but I had hopes because soccer was originally in the fall, and they moved it once we got into high school into the winter sport.
I remember
So,
that. I was pissed off because I wanted you to keep playing.
yeah, so I was gonna try out for the team. Who knows what would have happened there? I know Aiden will make a big scene about this, but it'd have been a lot of fun to play with the high school basketball team.
It's crazy that we're talking about this because I have a similar story. Like, obviously, I'm a fair amount older than you guys. Soccer was definitely a fall sport. I played for 10 years. I played 4 years of comp, and I went to a private middle school, and I played on like the best comp team in the Solano County area. And the high school coach, like, so I went to a private middle school, and like back then when soccer was in fall, they had tryouts before school started. And when I switched to go to a public high school to go to Vaca High, they didn't notify me about tryouts. And when I went the first day, the coach wouldn't let me try out. And the kids that made the team, the high school team, were kids that got cut from our club team. Like, I was looking at the guys and they were like, he wouldn't even let me come out. And it was like, so that's what made me stop playing soccer. I wanted to keep playing in high school because soccer was fall and basketball was obviously winter, and they didn't have fall league like they do now for basketball back then.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, yeah, same kind of thing where it's like all these kids that played high school soccer at Vaca High were like not making the club teams or not making the comp teams. So, but it's like the question I was going to ask you, Tyler, is like, why do you think high school soccer is so, like, I don't know if it's bad or if it's just because it doesn't matter. Like, is it like, what do you think caused that to where like high school soccer became irrelevant? Is it the coaching? Like,
I think it's kind of attributes to like soccer has never been that big or like the main sport within the US. I think predominantly it's like football, basketball. So the teams definitely put a lot more money into their high school sports, and overseas they have academies that you pretty much start when you're U9 and you're raised or certain age when you're younger and you're raised up through the academy the entire time. And so high school is kind of not really the first choice. It's like two paths in a sense. You can go like the academy route and then obviously kind of the school route. And there's a certain point where you get to an age that the academy will make you choose, like if you're obviously good enough to play professionally and make it into the first or second team or whatever, you have to stop schooling, obviously. So it's just very different over here, I feel like. And so high school, for a lot of club players, they'll just do something else. So they'll go practice with the academy and within the area, or if they're on the academy team, you don't take time off. So high school isn't an option if you're on an academy team.
I was gonna say like Tyler played high school, but there were a bunch of other guys that went to our high school that were also good at soccer that never played for the high school team because they just continued to do stuff with their club. So like our high school team was pretty good, but there were a lot of talented players that didn't even play until the senior year, right? They played senior year.
Yeah, I think that was when the change was, but our best year was definitely junior, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler's being humble right now. They were really good, and Tyler was really good. You're looking at this is actually our second Sierra Foothill League MVP we've had on the podcast.
Back to back.
Back to back episodes too. We had Draco on here
Wow,
last
that's
week,
right.
SFL MVP. Tyler went out on top as well, and first year champ. He's a WCC champion as well. They won the WCC their first year.
Talk to him, Tyler.
Yeah, I have to attribute that to the older guys though that I came in with. They were changed the program in a massive way, so that really helped the program.
Nice.
You gotta love the humility on the pod. It must be something about when you get in front of the camera. Like you just gotta
Yeah.
start giving out. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
They train us, we have media relations and all this. So
That's facts.
LMU's doing it large over there. My fault. My fault.
Yeah, UOP, do you guys have media training or no?
Not at all.
Good stuff going on over there at LMU.
Yeah.
Good programs.
Tyler, what's one thing that that you love? I'm not sure. I didn't get the intro of which position you play, but what's one thing that really made you gravitate towards soccer?
I think it was a sport that within my family nobody really knew about, so it was kind of like the light where I could kind of shine or have my chance to shine. So I really liked soccer because nobody else in my family did it, and it was something I just grew up loving. So I started playing center mid when I was younger, and I played it all through high school and club. And when I came to LMU, I was actually recruited as a left back, so I changed positions, and ever since then, I've been playing left back too. So
He's the new
it's been
Alfonso
it's
Davies.
been fun. It's been fun. It's been a learning curve too, so it's cool.
Nice. Is that pretty typical in like college recruitment of guys? Like they look at like your ability and like your ball skills and all that, and they're like, or what you do well, and they're like, hey, he would fit in our program, but in a different position. Is that pretty normal?
Yeah, I think all over. I think especially one easy transition is like from center mid, and obviously you kind of have more. You're a lot more technical, so it's easier to transition to a left back spot. Just because as a center mid, you're trained to get the ball a lot more and be on the ball a lot more, be very just technical and kind of creative with it. So I think it's a change that happens a lot within college soccer, and it's not unfamiliar.
Do you think, like I know you said you played basketball. I'm not sure if you played other sports growing up too, but do you think playing different sports growing up helped you be able to be adaptable in those positions, like knowing being skilled in different areas?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, me and Tommy would play 1v1s all the time. And I think if it wasn't for me playing soccer, I wouldn't clamp his ass as much as I did. Sorry for the language, but
He's a
You're good.
crazy guy.
I think that's how it was on 1v1s.
Yes.
That's always funny. I
I
tell
love
Okay.
that.
We could talk a little basketball with Tyler. Now Tyler had no offensive bag in like probably one of the worst offensive players you ever watched, but he is very athletic. So like he played for our teams because he was an extremely good defender because he always knew where to be and he would always get steals and he's really fast.
Yeah.
And
This
when
is
I
the
got
roundabout way for Tommy saying that he couldn't score on you, Tyler.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to say,
I
what are
know.
we going?
the last
what
time we
getting
played,
at?
I beat him like 15-0, but that's irrelevant. But
When was the last time you played?
I don't remember. It was like probably in May.
No, yeah, we played sometime in the summer, but like you
Yeah.
play college ball now. I can't
Yeah,
keep
I was
up.
about to say. I think
Please,
circumstances are a little different now.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, I live with Tyler in the summer. So shout out to their family. Their family is the best.
Yeah. So, and what I'm also hearing is, Tyler, you were picking on Tommy at 140 pounds is essentially what was happening.
100%. I would run him in the weight room all the time, just put him in the post, He was a small body back
This is
then,
so
so
crazy.
it's unfortunate.
He's not wrong. I'm not gonna say here and lie. Like he's not wrong. Like,
Yeah.
but
But
Tyler also when I got people that listened to the first episode, when I got cut from our 8th grade travel team, Tyler and I teamed up and played El Dorado Hills youth basketball together, and we were the nastiest duo in the town. We won the champion. We won the championship with ease that year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we came close one game to losing it in the
We
playoffs.
came close one game, but it was easy. I scored all the points. Tyler got all the steals.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
because
how did EDHYB allow two D1 athletes to be on the same team at one? Like that seems ridiculous to me.
They didn't know, man.
it was really unfair, but there was a lot of kids that would just like mess around and go into that league just to have fun. Any athlete could. It was pretty fun, and
Yeah.
That's pretty
Just
crazy.
found a way. I tried so hard to keep Tyler playing basketball. It was unfortunate that he had to drop it.
Clearly, he made the right call.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want
out
to.
for the kid.
He's talking about beating me in basketball. He doesn't want to see me on the soccer field either. So,
Oh God,
Does Tommy have foot
No.
skills like that? Oh.
I have a clip that I could bring up that could
Oh no!
explain Tommy's foot skills on the field. I'm not
Let's
gonna
act like I definitely didn't win some games back there. Tyler has a soccer field in his backyard, so we would get some good work in back there.
not okay. You got to. It's not a full. Sorry, it's a little turf patch, pretty much with a goal. But go on.
so you guys on a PK hype?
We would.
Yeah.
He had like one nice goal on the end of it, and two like whatever makeshift goals on the other side. We would
goals
just
or something
play-
like that. Yeah.
We would just play 1-on-1 this back like for hours back there.
And
Really
Tommy,
mixing Tom.
yeah, Tommy, how many did you win? Let's be honest.
My step over game is so cold, bro. I don't
So
want to hear
weak.
it.
It's so weak, but I'll give it to you. We
clip it.
would play on the basketball court, and then we would go over to the soccer court, and he just had no chance of winning either. So it was hard.
Okay, now you're just lying. Now you're
I
just
like
lying.
this. I like
You're
this.
not cooking
Sorry.
me like that in basketball. I would hit Tyler with the Sean Livingston turnaround jumper. I remember it specifically. I know you know it. I know you know what day we're talking about.
No, that didn't.
Sean Livingston turnaround jumper with the light. It was the light on in the backyard because it was dark outside, and you got so mad. You walked off so angry because I gamed you. All right, I'll never forget that.
The one thing Tommy had that I will attribute to is like he would talk a lot, and I just couldn't take it. And so it would fluster my game a little bit. And so I was like, you know what? This kid could have it. So why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
And
Tommy,
he definitely doesn't want to see me in ping pong.
I was about to bring that up, but
a lot of rivalry.
Our senior year, we would get out. We would get out at 12, and we'd just drive straight to Tyler's house, and we play like best of 7 matches at ping pong. It would get real intense.
And Tommy's good.
yeah, we would some days.
No, I'm good at ping pong. You never beat me in ping pong.
My return game is crazy, so I'm gonna have to see what your serves talk about, Tom.
We need a
my
little
ping-
tournament action.
That's such a random thing to say
yeah.
you're good at in ping pong. Like my return game is crazy.
Well, because like if you have a great return game, it's hard to score on.
I don't think
It
Drew plays
is.
much ping pong. I feel like I don't know.
If I had a ping pong table growing up, what are we talking about right now?
I feel like a lot of
You-
people had a
hey,
ping
you've
pong
seen
table
what-
growing up.
Okay, I'm just saying, Luke. Let's
I'll
just get
give you.
this out
I'll
in the
give you
open
your
right now.
cornhole. I'll give
You've
you
seen-
your cornhole. I'll give you your
Okay,
cornhole.
thank
That's
you.
cool though.
Thank you.
That's cool though.
Thank you.
I'm just,
That horseshoes, ping pong.
Before we move on to another topic, I just got to I need to give props to Tyler because Tyler's being humble right now. He's like this. I don't want to say the soccer version of myself, but like we both hung out so much, and I felt like we both fed off each other growing up, and like a lot of my work ethic definitely stems from watching Tyler work as hard as he did in his sport, and I feel like vice versa. Like we definitely fed off each other, so that was a huge thing for me growing up, and Tyler's family spoiled me growing up, and they took me on lots of trips, and it was very great times. Every time I was on a trip, Jared, whenever I went houseboating, this was the guy I was going with.
You gotta
enough.
tell
Need
them
that.
about the original time and what happened with houseboating. You gotta talk about that.
Was this when you dropped your phone in the lake?
No, I'm saying like AJ and like the whole start of our.
Oh yeah, that is actually a good story for this. So the reason, honestly, probably the reason Tyler and I are as good of friends as we are is, he asked our I hope AJ doesn't listen to this podcast. He asked our other
That's
friend
not a
AJ
good way to start a story.
this
Yeah,
isn't
dude.
because AJ knows.
Just roll with the story.
AJ knows. AJ knows. He asked our friend AJ in 6th grade to go houseboating with him at Lake Shasta. And AJ was going on a trip to Hawaii. So Tyler was like, man, I don't know who to ask. Like, Tommy and I just kind of became friends because we were on the same EDH5B team. Like, I'll see if he wants to come. And then after that, I don't think I ever missed another houseboating trip.
No.
And the rest is history. Now we're still here. We pretty much talk every day, and we live nowhere near each other. So
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in Pocatello. That's for sure, Tom.
he might
Tyler.
come. He might come visit though.
No, I don't.
We're-
I've been to both Pocatello and Playa Vista. I think you're doing just fine over there. I think you'll be all right.
Oh man.
Tyler, the other thing I wanted to talk about, which I think this is why it's really cool we have you on here, is I think out of like all the other sports, like the amount of skill work you can do in soccer individually, like really mirrors basketball. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like football, baseball, like there's only so much you can do by yourself. But like basketball, it's like that's why I loved it growing up. Is like I could literally go anywhere by myself with a ball and like work on my game. And I feel like soccer is like the same thing in that way. What do you feel like is the best like things that you focus on when you're doing your skill work and working on your game?
I think like just it's about that, like having the ability to just pick up a ball and whether it be dribbling with your feet or your hands, like it just provides a great sense of how like difficult the sport can be because you can see people just who don't play either sport and they try and dribble and it's reflects like how difficult the sport can be. And I
Are you
think
sneak
it's
dissing me
cool.
right now?
Huh?
Are you sneak dissing me right now?
It might be, but don't worry about it.
It's ridiculous.
And I think it's cool as well, like because both sports are great in a sense of how like creative you can get with it. Like basketball and soccer, they both have this like creative aspect that I feel like no other sport really has. You can create new tricks, new skills all the time, and I think it's super cool. And for me, soccer and my footwork, I feel was a really big part of why I was decent on the basketball court, even though I hardly played. So it's pretty cool to see that like that relationship between the two.
Is there one thing that like most like in basketball, it's like obviously right now, like shooting is like the key skill, the way that the game is going. Like, what is the key skill for soccer? It's I mean, I know that could be shooting, but like, is there something else that like all the coaches are focusing on, like for you guys to improve on?
Ooh, I think it's like the tactical aspect of sense where it's like trying to keep the ball and avoiding the press or the pressure that comes from the other team. Like when a team steps up, you have to be well enough prepared and confident in yourself to play out and play around these players that are coming at you full speed. And for you to just have to wait for the ball or sit on the ball while someone's coming at you for a tackle, I think it's can get pretty difficult if obviously you're not trained. I think that's a big part of the sport right now is kind of like the tiki taka brand of just passing and moving, kind of like Clay and the Warriors play, like just moving the ball, running without the ball. I think that's a big part of the game right now.
No.
So you're in off-season mode right now, correct?
Yeah,
So what's your mindset in an off-season right now? Like your middle of your career, kind of. What's your mindset? What are you focusing on? Like getting ready to go this next year?
I think you take a little time for yourself, and then on the spring, there's a big opportunity for a lot of guys, especially myself, of even though you don't get a whole lot of minutes on the field, you can like hone your craft and work with the coaches to prepare yourself for the next season. I think that's what's so great about the spring. And I think for any off sport is obviously the off season being able to work with each other and create these new like skills and add points to your game in a sense. So
Soccer's kind of cool. Like you guys will play some games in the spring, right? Like LMU.
yeah, so we'll play, I think this season or semester, like 8 or 7 games, and it gives us the opportunity to kind of try new things, kind of prepare ourselves for the upcoming season in the following fall.
Right. That's a thing that I don't like about basketball, honestly, is the timing of it. Like basketball is real life year round, and there's no area where we can have, I guess you could say summer ball, but that's still almost unrealistic because at that point teams are putting in so many different things during practice now. And I guess that's just a culture that's been created. But like baseball, there's fall ball. Like I know football, there's like 8v8s or whatever it is. Like you know what I mean? Like you can
Seven
Yeah.
versus seven versus
seven v
seven.
7
seven,
on
yeah.
7.
So it's like there's so much different things you can do, and like so I'm jealous in that aspect. Like I wish we had ways to play more
Yeah.
games during the off season.
We don't have it
It's
like that. We just work out for 8 weeks in the summer.
Man,
it's
Play
yeah,
against
oh,
each other.
it's pretty cool to see, or it's for me, but for you guys, I bet it sucks. So, like Tommy would come over to my house, and he's spent the past 2 summers with me. He would leave school, come to my house, and almost spend a month with me, and just kind of like the off season. Obviously, go play with you guys and train with you, Jared. And then it was just like right after that, it was back into season, back into preseason, summer ball. It almost seems like there's little time off.
There is.
Yeah.
We wrap up in the spring and we get what 3 weeks off, and then you start doing small workouts again.
Yeah.
You get a month off in May, and then
Schools offering summer classes was the worst thing that ever happened to basketball, college
Yeah.
basketball. Now they're just like, hey man, we're gonna put you in 3 classes and then we can practice you 3 hours a day.
No. We have
Yeah.
time right now. Not to mention classes that like when am I gonna need anthropology? Like that had nothing to do with anything I was studying. So now we're just throwing me in an anthropology course just so I can be here running line drills. Like that's what we're doing. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
it's nuts. Like we have we have three Division 1 athletes in our friend group, Tyler, and I'm the
Um,
only. I think it's three, and I'm the only one who is never there any summer because of the schedule we have.
yeah.
And I think that's the other thing too is we're going to talk and go into it deeper. Like basketball is like the only sport where it cuts into both semesters. It's
Yep.
like you have to
Yep.
stay eligible for both semesters.
Not
That's
even
true.
that, bro. Not even that. Like, so me, this has happened twice now. I get concussions during finals week and I'm screwed. Now, like middle of the season, I happen to get an injury. Like it screws with everything. We're on the road during finals. Like, you know what I mean? Like things like that is right in the middle of your season. You can't get around it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just grateful.
football's got it like the best. They literally just go from like August to December.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just grateful
Football's
that I finished my papers
And then
this
they
final
play
week
in
before
spring.
that happened.
Oh, he threw the cast up. I was gonna say though, for like, and I'm sure everyone in here would agree with me. I actually like as much as the summer and stuff is a grind. Like I actually love it though. Like it sucks and like I hate being in the classes, but like that's the best time to like really bond with the team because no one else really wants to be there like
Is
that.
on
But like we
campus.
love being
Yeah.
in the gym. Like we love like just hanging around each other. And that's like when you really get to know everybody. So like that aspect of it, like it's cool. But like, do I wish we could play other teams? Yes. Like, do I wish I didn't have to be in this class? Like, obviously. But there's a lot of things that like I end up loving about it.
So Tyler, kind of shifting gears, still focusing on, your love of soccer and stuff. I would say that they're the most rabid fans. I've been to a match at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea, Man City. I've been to a match at AS Roma. It's the craziest things I've ever seen in person. I was like I said, in Italy in 2006 when they won the World Cup. Um, like, so every soccer fan, you have to have a team. Who's your team? Who are you rocking with? Your club team.
My club team, I've been a supporter for Arsenal since Ozil was kind of shining on that team. So that's been a team I supported. I kind of loosely support them. Obviously, now that they're doing great, they'll probably get a little different stick from my friends. But yeah, I think Arsenal was one of my biggest clubs I was a fan of. Just watching Ozil play, he was my favorite player at the time. And seeing him play kind of the same position I did was really cool. And I kind of idolized that. So
Tactical German.
yeah, he was close onto my walk-on pick, but I couldn't choose him.
I like it.
Yeah.
So who's the
So
GOAT?
then, so who is the GOAT, Tyler?
Messi. I don't think there's hardly any debate, especially, I mean, taking away the World Cup, it's Messi.
I would tend to agree with you. I think Leo is also the GOAT, but I feel like these two have different opinions.
CR7, baby. Sorry.
I'm a Ronaldo guy myself, but the thing is, I will say this: I do not want to get in an argument about it because you will win because I don't have enough research
And
or
if I
anything.
really,
Like,
yeah. And
purely
like,
emotional.
honestly, like emotional, like Pele. I mean, what is Pele did everything for the sport, right? So if we're like really talking goats,
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. I mean, did we see what Messi did to Croatia, man?
Yeah, we did. We did actually.
Like,
we did see.
Don't get Luke on this. Luke will be.
Hey, I mean, we're talking about Croatia. Luka Modric has got to be top 3 midfielders ever.
Yeah, he's him, bro.
I told Tyler how special in 2018, and Tyler didn't want to hop on the train. And then he won the Ballon. How do you say it? Ballon d'Or. He won the Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah, he is so good. I think it's crazy to see how much. I think he's a little underrated. I mean, especially he shines so much on Croatia, but still, he is one of the best midfielders I think there is.
Just dominate. It's crazy to see like that position just dominate the game, and they run so freaking much. Like I look at there's like an app called Sofa Score. I like to look at the app. It shows like it tracks where the player ran, and like I've been looking at Modric's stuff every game, and like that dude will be in the box in the other side, and then the box on the other side of the field, and then just so much spot. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, his
player.
heat map is crazy.
So we deliver over there in Croatia. A lot of special guys, a lot of special players. You know what I'm saying?
You're missing Ivan Rakitic this year, though.
Yeah, they still have boss midfield.
So Tyler, who do you think? I mean, we got you on and right in time for the World Cup final. Who do you think is going to bring it home on Sunday?
Who do I think? I think France will win it. To be honest, as much as I want Argentina to win and Messi to get that trophy to solidify
narrative.
Nope, but it's so hard the way France is playing right now. Mbappe and Dembele on the wings is just something so dangerous that I think it's impossible to stop.
They are clinical. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Do you think the team like Morocco is like just a one off, or do you think they're going to be able to like make more noise and improve and get better?
I think
it's a big deal, right, for his African team to make the semis, but like, is it gonna stick, or is it just kind of like luck of the draw kind of thing?
I think it's a little bit luck of the draw. I mean, they definitely have players that will stay on that team, and it's a kind of a younger team with their stars still being able to play in the next World Cup. But I think for them to do that again will be really hard, especially going up against who they did with Spain and the Netherlands, or not, Belgium, not the Netherlands, and
Portugal.
I think for that to happen again, it'll be very.
They were, that was a great. That's the thing that I love so much about the World Cup. It's just like it's every 4 years, so so much can change. That's why it's going to be nuts if France goes back to back.
Yeah.
They're just, and they don't even have Benzema. Benzema just won the Ballon d'Or.
He's fit now to play in this.
Yeah, they say he's going to play.
Is he going to play
Sunday?
Yeah,
that's what they said.
Will they play him though? Because like Giroud's playing so good.
That's what the media is asking right now. We'll see.
How can you play him over Giroud? He's been phenomenal for them.
Yeah, I think looking at Benzema's past season though, he's like the guy.
It's hard not to play
so well. Was in the Champions League.
Dang. And I mean, I'm excited for the game on Sunday because last time, what was it, 2018? They played in the semis, right? And it was 4-3 France.
Yeah. Didn't we watch it at my house too?
I think so. It was that's a hell of a game.
That was one.
It's also weird the World Cup being in the winter.
Yeah, being
It's just so
off. Yeah,
strange.
It's
I'm so used to the summer.
it sucks so much, especially around this time with like during finals. Like I had to tune into a couple or one game during my final. I was like, this probably shouldn't be happening, but whatever.
oh man,
Hey,
it
don't
must
doubt
not be
yourself.
that rigorous over there at LMU, huh?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
What favorite game of the World Cup been so far?
Oh, the Serbia and was it Denmark? That was a great game.
I did not watch that one.
It was like Denmark went up, Serbia tied, Serbia went up, Denmark tied, and then I forget who ended up winning. I think it was Serbia, but I think that's been the goal or the game of the tournament. It wasn't boring like how Croatia plays. Sorry, Luke, but I think I think it was a great game. Both went back and forth. So
Brazil, Croatia was the best game.
I was about to say that one was a heater.
That one
Yeah,
was ridiculous.
that was pretty good.
That one was really
I think
USA Iran was special. That was a great game.
that was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Do you think last question on this subject, Tyler? You're a soccer player. Is USA ever going to be a real challenger?
I don't know. I mean, I think when people talk about like the US is having these young players up and coming, it's not like all the other countries that don't have young players that are up and coming. Like Brazil has these superstars, like the kid that just got a deal with Madrid and he's like 16 or something. Like they're not having talent when they're young. I think it'll be very hard for us. I think we'll catch up, but I don't think we'll get.
Yeah, it's like too far behind, which is interesting because if you flip and look at like, the dream team was 92, so it was 30 years ago this year, right?
Yeah.
And like now, if you look at the All NBA team, like 3 of the 5 best players in the league are not from America anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy. Like, and really, you look at like the best player in the league is not American. Like,
yep.
And you could argue any of those 3 guys being the best player in the league. Like Jokic is back-to-back MVP. Yep. Giannis is clearly the best player, but if you throw Luka in there, like I think Luka's going to win MVP this year. So it's like,
and like guys like Embiid.
I was just about to say,
Embiid, he's probably going to be first team. So it's like you have 4 dudes, and now Steph's hurt. So like, that's like you might have a first team All NBA of all non-Americans.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get there. I wonder if soccer will ever get to that level. I don't think it will, honestly.
I hope they do. I hope when we get older, it's just such a big thing for our country. But
it'd be. I mean, it is for our women. Our women's national team is incredible.
Yeah,
they're something else.
Yeah, they're amazing. I just don't think it's like Tyler said earlier. Like there's just not enough of an emphasis on it here. Like football and basketball and other sports like that are just bigger.
Well, yeah, the best athletes in America play football and basketball.
So I wanted to ask this question. Have you guys been seeing the stuff about if we trotted out our best athletes? Like, do you think that would work?
It's actually hilarious.
No, I don't think it would work at all.
Bro, they're sending Justin Jefferson on the right wing. It's crazy.
John Moran at striker, Derrick Henry at center back.
Bro, the ball would never even touch their foot, is all I'm saying.
Lamar Jackson.
I've been saying this for years. If we had LeBron on the national team on a corner kick, just send him back post. He's getting his head on it. I promise you.
But
at keeper, nobody would be able to score. That guy is just freakishly athletic. Like
that's probably true. But like Tyler, it's all about possession and ball control. Like like the ball is always going to move faster than.
We're definitely getting waxed 8-0 by Qatar.
That's
Qatar would have been
they were
beat
trying
us.
Remember when they had Carl? Like remember remember when the Kentucky had like the 7 McDonald's All-Americans and they were trying to contest that they could beat the Sixers?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I was having
They're
a
like,
conversation
"We
about
could-"
that with my trainer today. Or like it's like this ridiculous. It's one of the most insane claims you can make.
Yeah, like they're like, well, they got 7 first-round picks. Yeah, the Sixers have 12 NBA players.
That would all be the best player on that Kentucky team.
I would pay money to see if like us put out the NBA and NFL guys on the soccer field and just watch them get circles ran around them because it'd be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
It
Put them up against the
dumbfounded.
Brazilians.
Yeah, trying to watch one of them like dribble like in traffic, like getting into the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting 5 times, boys.
Yeah, starting 5 times. Unless Tyler's got one story lined up for Tom.
Ooh.
I'm surprised. Yeah, surprised Luke hasn't dropped his classic question.
I mean, we have a lot of
Yeah.
Tom stories already dropped, like little bits and pieces. But I mean, if there's a memorable one, we'd love to hear it. We always do.
I don't want to bring it up, but like the one that comes to my mind is the ping pong day when we played like 14. We played way too many games. We were way too bored, and we played what, like 14 matches, Tommy, or something like that.
Yeah, I was 14-0.
And it was like super resembling.
Guys, these are
like
games
our
to 21 as well. Like these
Yeah.
aren't short games.
We spent hours playing this, and it was the day where Tommy was just in his bag, shit talking the entire time.
Yeah, once it got to 7-0, Tyler, it might have been a wrap.
And so he just kept beating me, and I just had no say in it. I couldn't answer back. So I think that's one of the best stories. And then what did we do after?
What is this?
didn't-
Everyone's stories are positive except for mine.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure Tyler has a lot of negative stories about me too that he just doesn't want to share right now.
Tyler, every time someone asks one of my people that I bring on for a Jared story, it's always something about how I did something crazy or insane.
It's out of passion, though. You're just a passionate guy.
I could bring up the day with the where you got like sniped in the face, Tommy. Do you remember that?
That's a pretty one. You can share that one.
So there's usually
I was livid, dude.
there was this day where we like all my friends will come over to my house, like we all hang out at my place. So I think it was one day right before COVID or something, and all of our friends were like messing around playing basketball outside, and so these 2 kids that we couldn't find were like out and about. So we're like, what are they doing? And as we're playing basketball, we hear like the backboard getting hit with something. They're like, what is this? And our friends are shooting like BB guns at the backboard, but they're like trying to hit us. And so the day goes on where they're just messing around with the BB guns. And
It was in the hallway.
Tommy is coming into my room, and one of my friends is like coming around the corner of my room. And Tommy scares the kid, and he like jumps, shoots the gun, and it hits Tommy in the forehead.
No, it
And
was the eye.
Tommy-
It was the eye. He sniped me in the eye with a BB gun.
Okay. Where it hit him in the face, and he was livid. So
I could actually see Tommy right now just throwing his head down and just screaming the F word.
And it was the funniest kid too. It was Jagger of all people to hit him.
This kid's a
And, like,
comedian. Like this
when
kid is a
these two
clown.
get into it, it's like you don't even want to be around them because it's just so violent. But so the kid hits him in the face. Tommy's pissed off, and the kid runs, like knowing Tommy's gonna do something crazy to him. And so Tommy picks up the gun and for 30 minutes straight is running around trying to shoot him.
Tyler's a lot of property. So and this kid was like hiding in the shrubbery.
Yeah. And he's like running down to my mailbox, like trying to get away from Tommy. And Tommy's screaming at the top of his lungs, like, when you get back here, like we're gonna have some problems, buddy, like all this stuff. And it was such
Sounds
a
great.
violent act from Tommy for no reason.
I was
great.
so
I love
mad, bro. I was so mad.
I love it.
He cheap shotted me.
He did. There's Jagger will love that one.
Yeah, those are good ones.
All right, man. It's that time.
It's that time.
We
Yeah, so we do have-
we always let the guests go first.
Yeah, but we didn't even introduce it yet. You know what I'm saying? So we do have starting 5 all-time soccer players, in honor of Tyler. So we will let him go first, but yeah, just had to make sure it was out there.
Okay. At the 1, I have Messi just because he is the best player ever and on the ball. Nobody can take the ball from him. So I think him at the guard would just be disgusting. I have Ronaldo at the 2 because of his shooting abilities and his free kicks. I have Patrick Vieira at the 3. I was going with a little bit of he's really good offensively and really good defensively and can work both sides of the court. So he's also an Arsenal player. So got to give credit to him. At the 4, I have Paulo Maldini, legend of the game.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that's a pick right there.
I went with him being a just best defender in the world, absolute legend. And then at the 5, I have Buffon, just excellent shot stopper, best.
I like
one of the
that.
best
That's a
goalkeepers
good
in the
pick.
world.
I like that a lot.
And then
We'll save
We'll
that
wait
one.
it.
We'll
We'll
save
save
that
it.
one.
All right.
All right, man. This is me.
Yeah, if you want to take it or you want me to go.
Nah, I got it. So at the 1, I have someone a very iconic player, someone who's a leader, has shown up in the moment time and time again. I don't know if it's gonna make the list for everyone else. I have Megan Rapinoe at the 1. Someone had to do it. Someone had to do it.
Wow. Hell yeah.
I love it.
Nice shout out.
I'm just saying, I mean,
I love that.
like I said, an icon has shown up in big time plays. Megan
Alex
Rapinoe at the
Morgan on
1.
my list real quick.
Yeah, okay. At the 2, hometown pick for me. Like we said, one of the best midfielders to do it of all time. Give me Luka Modric. I just think I had to. I had his jersey when I was growing up. It runs in the Croatian blood. I had to. At the 3, I have Ronaldo. I think no one's gonna really dispute this pick. I think it's someone who has patrolled this midfield position his whole career. Put him as a perimeter lockdown guy. I think he's just gonna be an electric 2-way player for my squad. At the 4, I like my
that.
No, he's going to be.
He does
You haven't
not
seen
play
him in my
defense.
locker.
Yeah.
You haven't seen him in my locker room. You haven't seen him in my locker room.
That's because he's out doing whatever he wants, right?
Center defensive mid version of Cristiano Ronaldo.
So at the 4,
he's not playing defense. He's at Lake Como. I'm just telling you.
people don't want me to give my 5 apparently, but it's cool. Like whatever. At the 4, I like my power forwards to be able to stretch the floor a little bit, extend the range. I'm a big pick and pop forward type of guy. I think here's a guy that has shown his ability to score from all over the field. Sends absolute screamers towards the goal, absolute ambitious ones. Give me Mario Balotelli at the 4. I think this is a guy that I used to rock with on FIFA a lot.
This is your
screamers.
nicknames. This is your
It's
nicknames.
my nickname. Mario Balotelli, Nick Maines, one and the same. I think I have to. This guy can really play. And then at the 5, my personal favorite player of all time, notorious down low. Gonna be kind of Charles Barkley, if you will, with the media as well. Give me Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That's an easy pick.
Need it.
Good pick. It's a good pick.
Go ahead, Big Tom, if you want to take it.
All right, it's all yours, man.
All right, I'll let it roll. So at the point, I have the Godfather. He only has one name. It's got an accent at the end. Give me Pele.
Godfather.
Yeah. At the shooting guard, very obvious. We're gonna take Cristiano Ronaldo at the 2.
Okay.
Great shooter. I have to disagree with Luke. He does not play defense. So
I never said he played defense. I said he's going to be a 2-way player for my team. There's a difference.
Don't worry about him playing defense on my team. You shoot that thing, bro. Trey Young it and let it fly.
You don't know how to coach your guys.
It's a small forward. That's because I got a real dog at the small forward. A real dog who's gonna pick up the pieces that Ronaldo leaves down. And I'm mad that Luke went that route because I thought I was gonna sneak this one in. But give me a Ham at the small forward.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Give me Mia Hamm.
Pick.
So, power forward. Now, I know, Tyler, it's been a while since you played basketball, but nowadays in the game, we want our defense to come from the power forward. It's the best position, toughest position to guard. So I'm going to put Gigi Buffon at the power forward. He's really AD out there.
Yeah.
And at the center, Luke did it. I'm going to do it. You kind of have to do it, but give me Ibrahimovic at the 5. The dude's like 6'7", talks the best shit,
That's what
and
I'm saying,
scores
man.
relentlessly. Like, he's Kevin Garnett, bro. He's
And
literally
he's gonna
Kevin
let you
Garnett.
know he did it too.
He's gonna let you know.
I like that. I like those picks.
Solid,
guys.
solid
Really do.
picks.
You know, I'm a little disappointed. I feel like you guys missed some legends, and I'm gonna hit them for you. So at the 1, going with what Tyler did, it's way too obvious. The GOAT, undeniable ball skills. Messi's got to be the one. He's holding it down. He's dishing out the most disgusting assists. He's leading the way. At the 2, I mean, here's a guy. I can't believe he wasn't picked. You want to talk about a special player? Like this guy's combo moves might have been the grossest ever. And I can't believe he hasn't been picked. The OG Brazilian. Give me Ronaldinho. I mean, he paved the way for the Brazilians coming up. I can't believe he wasn't picked.
Good pick.
Good pick.
At
I mean,
the
technically
3,
Pele
we
did, but
got-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously
He
He
Pele
was
did.
30 years before him.
Okay, but Ronaldinho, come on. At the 3, now, I mean, here's a Frenchman that's paved the way for the Frenchman to be
God.
great. And he's an absolute superstar. I'm not talking Kylian Mbappe. Give me Thierry Henry.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Good pick.
That's
good pick.
yeah.
Solid.
You guys got to know. And at the
Solid.
4, I've got a real. You guys went with some defenders. I went with a real physical bruiser of a striker up top. Tyler thinks I'm gonna pick Diego Costa. I'm not. I'm picking Didier Drogba, Chelsea's finest. Real bruiser up there. And at the 5, this is my GOAT. If you know how I play FIFA, you know I plant this dude in the middle and I dominate possession with him.
No way you picked.
Give me, I don't know how to say his first name. Give me the Belgian brick wall, Fellaini. That afro is just plugging up the middle and causing a ruckus.
Boring. I'm just kidding.
No,
That's a crazy pick.
All right, Tom, good pick, man.
Maroon. I think it's maroon. I don't know how to say it. Maroon Fellaini.
Ronaldinho was a great pick. Ronaldinho was a great pick. And
So was Thierry Henry. You seen that dude's
Yeah.
highlights? Go watch him
I
after
like that.
Jared.
I like that.
I think
He's a
French
French
guys,
legend.
we can take and leave the French.
Well, go watch Thierry Henry highlights and get back to
Okay.
me. All right, I'll reverse
Walk on
order
pick.
us.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll reverse order us with the walk on. I actually sent Tyler this guy's highlights the other day when I was down a rabbit hole of soccer Twitter highlights.
Oh my gosh.
This guy is special with the ball. A Portuguese legend. Was a big part of being successful with Ronaldo. So give me Luis Nani,
Oh, good
Manchester
pick,
United
good pick,
guy.
Good pick.
Yeah,
Good
Luis Nani. Very underrated. Very
pick.
underrated. Great FIFA card.
So, we've been talking about a lot USA soccer and if they're ever going to catch up. I don't know if they'll ever reach the heyday, and I don't think because they never won anything, he's not going to get the same love that he should get. But give me Tim Howard, man.
Mm.
Tim
Hell yeah.
Howard is my walk on.
Such a good pick.
It's a really good pick. It was actually
I'll never forget the US Belgium game.
Yeah. Tim Howard was actually at my tryouts to get on my team. He didn't make the cut. Because here's a guy talking about walk-on picks. You want to talk about someone who is willing to do whatever it takes. And I don't care if that means headbutting somebody.
Oh, God.
Give me Zidane. Come on, man. I mean, we got to talk about doing whatever it takes.
He caught
That's-
the L, bro. Take that L with you.
But
Would
that's
you
the
pick- I didn't
mindset
even
I
hear-
want. Zidane.
Oh, okay.
Boom. Come on, man. He's
What a
in
pick.
there. He's
Take
in
that
there.
L.
I thought you were about to say Luis Suarez.
No, it's similar
Right.
idea, but I don't think his execution
I
was
mean-
as good.
He'll do whatever
Yeah.
it takes. That bro literally caught the ball before going in the net.
I thought the same thing. I was like, wow. All right.
Right,
Tyler, it's on you.
Cap us off.
To wrap us up, I'm pissed he got picked because he is a superstar of a striker. and does have trouble with the media, but give me Mario Balotelli. Just a pure striker, underrated god, if you will.
I love
Italian
that.
legend.
Yes.
Man, I can't believe Italy didn't make the World Cup.
It's been rough.
Especially after winning the Euros, like it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
It's gonna be hard to find a replacement for Buffon. That's really it.
Wait, we didn't get into what'd you guys pick for France in the final?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my heart's going with Argentina.
Okay.
I think Argentina's gonna find a way. I think it's just too storybook.
I'm about to say
It's hard to repeat, man.
I think narrative wise, the Argentina pick makes sense. I voiced that to both Tommy and Jared that I think there's a big messy narrative going on right now, but I think France will win.
I definitely think France is more deep as a team, has more talent, but I feel like it's an emotional situation.
I've got a 2-1 game going to Argentina, and I've got Messi scoring the first goal with his new up and coming guy Julian putting it in the back of the net for the second goal.
I hope it's 2-2 PKs.
That would be
like
electric.
that as well.
Please don't go to PKs. Pessi is not that good.
What do you mean? He made all his PKs against the Netherlands.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That was
lifetime. He's messed up a couple times.
I was real nervous for them that game. I thought Netherlands. I think that was the game of the World Cup. Speaking of that, I think that was the best game of the World Cup.
Yeah, it had so much energy, bro. When bro kicked the ball at the bench, I was
and then Van Dijk came in and just chested him to the ground.
Bro, I slid tackle, bro, and then teed it up.
I've just never seen like an actual like buzzer beater in soccer before. Like that was crazy. Like they really fouled him at the last moment.
That was such the coldest play, though. It was such a cold set piece.
That was so nice. Like,
it was so cold. Yeah, just the perfect pass. That was like the perfect pass in that situation.
Yeah, they couldn't have had that play out better.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, actually before we wrap it up, Tyler does love golf, so I gotta let Jared take the floor here because Tyler had a big golfing summer.
Yes,
Tyler. So you're out on the links, or you're just out of the range?
No, I've been going to the links. I haven't played since season started, but that was a big hobby I picked up over the summer.
Well, the great thing for you is that Playa Vista is a beautiful place, and that sun is out all the time. The beach is right there. You could even take, your mat out to the beach, see the sunset. And what you got to do is you take your wedge, and you get your 50 chips before the night's over. So once that night ends, and those 50 chips happen, you're gonna get right, man. Right as the sun comes down.
I love it.
Worse
50
and worse
chips a
every
night.
time.
Just gets you.
It's getting worse, Jared. You got to work on these deliveries, bro.
I feel like that one. I feel like he had a vision and then he kind of stumbled and he tried to recover.
I stumbled. This is 3 hours of sleep. Stumbled. Yeah.
He's like, he had a vision with the whole sunlight. Get your 50 chips. He had it, but then he didn't know how to include the get you right part.
So wait, the right has to rhyme with night at some point in this statement.
Yeah, I fumbled. That's right.
Essentially, Tyler, 50 chips a night will get you right. That's what Jared's
episode 21, and if this is your first blunder, I mean, you're doing a good job, man.
Yeah, like I can pick myself up. I'm okay.
There you go.
I'm playing tomorrow, 9:32. Ansel Hoffman, like it's gonna be a great day.
And we can get Tyler's opinions on this because Tyler see me golf. So Tyler, Jared will like what Tyler has to say. In a 2v2 scramble, Tyler, we're playing best ball. Me and Luke versus Jared and Keese. Who wins? Luke is a very good.
I was watching that, and I'm sorry, but there's no question. Keese and Jared are winning that.
It's personal now.
This has nothing to do with Luke. Luke, if you're the best golfer, I'm sorry, but Tommy is not helping you out in any way.
I don't need him to help me out. I'm better than Jared and Keith. I'm better. It doesn't matter.
Best ball. It's best ball, Tyler.
Scramble. This best ball and scramble are two different things. It's scramble.
My bad.
Yeah.
Still, I think
Yeah.
only
Thank you,
thing
Tyler.
good
Tyler,
out of
I'm glad that's the. And you know how I know this is so valid because Tyler is the closest person to Tommy. So this is like literally peering into Tommy's soul of
I
lack
I
of winning
wish
here.
we could bring up a little clip of Tommy in Hawaii trying to hit a golf ball.
I had never golfed. Okay, that was not.
I've
fair.
seen him swing. It's awful. But I'd like to go back in the episode about 40 minutes earlier when he was when Tyler was talking about how Tommy would get in his head with his talk. Now, this is something that I think we need to touch on because Jared over here is a big mental golfer. He needs this to be correct. But if Tommy's over here chirping, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Tommy can hit every
But
ball
that's like
in the water
hearing-
for all I care.
That's hearing mosquitoes though, because like you
not,
haven't
though.
golfed with me
It's
in a
not, though.
while, and I'm locked in
You
at all
haven't.
times.
This is Tommy. This is like one of your sons we're talking about. This isn't like just any
So
any
he
other
will be
distraction.
sunned. I will, just like Sienna.
Nah.
I'll put his diaper on.
No,
Plug him in.
I'm not about to have you disrespect me like that. I'm cutting you out before you finish that
Crazy.
sentence.
That's crazy.
There will be no diapers involved.
Oh my
no diapers
god,
involved.
he's insane,
Give him a
Tommy.
little
It actually
rock.
bothers
You
me that
might
he
need
thinks he has a
one. You might need
chance.
one with how angry you are when we get the dub, but that's fine.
Hey man,
I didn't pick up a
Sorry,
golf
want-
club
hey,
for like.
I just have-
I
one
knew he'd be
question.
the first one who would actually side with Jared. So
I just have one question, Tommy. Do you want Itsy Bitsy Spider or do you want Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
Bro, I cannot believe what's happening, bro.
Are you asking me which bedtime story I want to read you when Luke puts away the putt on the 18th hole? Because
We're like, it's gonna be over on like the 15th, Tom. We're dominating them. They're gonna have no chance. I'm burying them. My
Tyler,
gosh.
you see what you just did? You just created the cracks have been building,
Yep.
and now it's just
There's no
Wait,
cracks.
what are you talking
There's no
about? Man,
cracks.
talking about like this.
I heard it.
We're locked
I heard
in.
it in the Keith episode.
yeah.
I knew I could get
Luke,
into Tommy.
This guy's
with the-
cap, bro. This guy's cap.
Jared tries to build these cracks and he's trying to chisel away at our chemistry. And what he doesn't know is he's not making any progress.
All right, one arm Jack. Let me know how that chipping goes.
I need
Stop
a live stream of this golf match before this podcast comes to a close in its entirety.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not happening anytime soon. But
Yeah, we're gonna vlog it.
yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
vlog
yeah.
it. We're getting mics and everything. We're gonna yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's actually
Tyler,
gonna
maybe
be-
you can come.
I was
Tyler,
just
maybe
about
you
to
can come
say.
be
I
our
was
caddy.
just about to say.
Tyler, maybe you can come be our caddy. But it
I'm
sounds
not
like
being-
with our
I
side,
won't be
maybe
your
you can
caddy. I'm
Jared-
sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe you can be
okay.
Jared.
Tommy
Jared-
needs Jesus himself to caddy.
No, I got a lot of people that would. Big O was gonna be our caddy. I thought Big O is a big supporter of
perfect.
our team.
Perfect. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Who cares what Big O thinks?
Me,
I do. Owen has a valid opinion.
Owen would also dominate you, Jared. So what are we talking about?
Regardless, man.
Owen is good.
whatever.
I will not see. That's the
Like-
difference is that you're just dogging, and I'm giving credit where credit's due, but I'm also keeping it honest. That Tommy is so bad, you are not good enough to overcome that.
I don't, bro.
And
I've
that's what
told
Tyler just
Tommy
said,
he's bad.
And Tyler
I've told
understands.
I don't have to overcome anything.
Tommy
I just
knows
have
he's
to beat you
bad.
two.
Why are we acting like Tommy thinks he's good?
Oh, now Tommy's
Yeah,
talking. in
that's
third
what I
person.
said.
Look what we
Yeah.
got him. Bro's out of character now.
Nah, man, Tommy, keep playing your game, man. Tommy,
I'm
what they don't
gonna hit
know.
a big shot when it matters. End of
Yeah,
discussion,
man.
man.
I don't.
Luke,
This guy
tell him it
shows
doesn't
up.
work that way.
It does. It does.
You
here.
think it doesn't? You think it doesn't? You ask my guy Austin Smaley. He watched me hit the craziest chip ever, and he was like, "I've never even hit a shot like that before."
That
Austin
is-
golfs a lot.
Pure luck. Don't try and
Tommy-
classify
That's
that.
all we
Tommy
need.
is a
That's all we need.
competitor. He's a competitor at the end of the day. I don't care
I
what
rise to the
playing
occasion.
field we're on.
Okay.
Rise to the occasion.
All I know is Tyler was locking him up on the court,
Mhm.
and he's going to be locked up on the links.
Still
So,
am. So
Yeah.
And all I know is I was living rent free in Tyler's head, and I'm gonna be. What if there's a step above rent free? That's where I'm gonna be with Jared. So
Okay.
anyway, wrapping this up. This has been episode 21. Tyler, this has been awesome. Definitely an episode I've been wanting to do for a while. So I'm glad we could do it, especially with the World Cup final coming up.
Yeah,
I always
appreciate
like
you, man.
talking about soccer too. So
Love
Yeah,
it, man.
appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you coming through, man. And we'll see you soon. And good luck in the off season.
yes, sir.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
guys.
We'll definitely have to do something, and we'll definitely have to get on the golf course in May when I'm probably living in Tyler's house again. So
Yep. We'll get some fired up.
yeah, as always, man. Thanks everyone for listening in. This is episode 21. These are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.